Hola y bienvenidos a un nuevo capítulo de Let It Rock. Yo soy María Angélica y este es un episodio muy especial, ya que tenemos a un gran invitado, baterista y fundador de la banda neerlandesa The Gathering, una banda pionera en el metal gótico, y la cual está creada desde 1988 por los hermanos Hans y René Rutten. Para mí es un gran honor tener hoy en Let It Rock a Hans Rutten. Hola Hans, para empezar hablemos un poco sobre tu último disco Beautiful Distortion. ¿Qué diferencia este álbum del resto y qué influyó la pandemia en este proceso de creación?
Well, it isn't different, I think, than the rest of our discography. I think it's a natural follow-up of Disclosure. And I think the album has a lot of connections with other albums as well. For example, like How to Measure a Planet or even Nighttime Birds, I think. So it's not that different, although there are different elements, of course, in it. We always try to find new ways to record, to arrange songs. So for me, it's very natural follow-up, really. And yeah, the recording process, as you said, with the COVID going on, I think it was difficult for everybody. So it was also difficult for us to write and record this album. It was hard to rehearse, of course, because of the lockdowns. We had lockdowns here, so a lot of work was done at home, really. And when it was possible, we came together and tried things out with rehearsals. But I think it was difficult for everybody, but for us as well. So this album is a sort of a child of the period, of the COVID period, of course. And on the other hand, I don't think you can hear it really well, because it is recorded with all the people, in the studio. We were able to record it together. Although not with the vocals, of course, because our vocalist Silje, she lives in Norway. So that was recorded on distance. She was singing in Norway and we recorded it in Holland. Yeah, thanks to technology, really, we could do these kind of things. So that was quite nice. And we tried to make the best out of it, really. And let it be a sort of influence as well. This whole situation, which was called COVID. So, yeah.
En estos 30 años de vida de The Gathering, en donde la música ha pasado por tantos cambios, ¿cómo la banda se sostiene en el tiempo y cuál ha sido ese mayor logro de la banda?
I think an accomplishment, is the fact, of course, that we still exist, after 33 years almost. So that's quite a long period. Well, we as a band, we have the freedom to do whatever we want to do, musical-wise,
Yeah.
But also with the record label, we have our own record label, so we can do whatever we want to do. So that's really nice. Really, we have achieved a kind of freedom to do whatever we want to do. So there's no label involved. We are our own label. We do our own management. So we are free to do whatever we want to do. And that freedom, I think that's the achievement I really like the most.
Desde 2013, con el lanzamiento de Afterwards, The Gathering no publica nuevas canciones. ¿Por qué decidieron tomarse un receso de 9 años en la creación de nueva música? ¿Y qué ha cambiado en la banda en cuanto a pensamiento o creación musical?
Not much, really. Well, I have to say that Afterwards was not really an album. It was a sort of glitch, kind of more or less a project after Disclosure, which we feel is our last album we made. And Afterwards was a sort of after party or something like that, sort of remakes. There's a cover on it, so, and we worked with Bart, our old vocalist, again. So that was a sort of more or less a very kind of electronical experiment also. Well, things didn't change that much, really. The big thing is, of course, that Hugo came back in the band after Marjolein left the band in 2013. Well, we had a break of 4 years, which we didn't do anything with band related. But on the other hand, we still had the label, of course, going on, and so we were still busy with the gathering, but not writing songs, not touring. At a certain point, we really wanted to play again live. So, but we didn't have we didn't have a bass player. So naturally, it felt like, yeah, we have to ask Hugo first as our old bass player, and he was enthusiastic immediately. So, and then things started rolling again. Really, around the 2018, we started to play live again. And at a certain point, we said, yeah, we have a bunch of songs. Yeah, let's make an album. So. It was quite natural, really. Not really, no huge changes in the form of doing things differently, really.
Nuestro canal es visto por músicos que están empezando sus carreras. ¿Qué consejo les darías a esos artistas independientes que ven el camino cada vez más largo y difícil?
You have to find your own sound. I think that's the most important thing. It doesn't make any sense to copy things. You can use things, I think, from other bands. You have to, because you have to start somewhere. And at a certain point, I think you have to find your strength. And that could be whatever. You just have to figure it out. And you do that with playing live. Playing as much as possible, really. Whether it's a rehearsal or playing in a live situation. But you have to go out and play. And maybe you don't make that much of money directly, immediately, but just do it. Just go for it and find your own thing, really. Find your own feeling. Find your sweet spot as well. Like, yeah, this is something we are good at, I think that's the most important thing for young bands. And yeah, I should not focus that much on commercial things, or especially not in the beginning of a band. I think it's very important to become a band, so become friends with each other and find ways to rehearse and do things and have fun in the whole process. I think that's very important.
Gracias, Hans, por tu tiempo y por darnos esta entrevista para Let It Rock. Por último, nos gustaría que fueras tú mismo quien invite a todos al gran concierto de celebración de los 30 años de The Gathering en Colombia.
Well, my name is Hans Rutten. I'm the drummer of The Gathering, and I hope you will come by in Bogota, Colombia. We play there in September, half September, don't know the date exactly, but I hope you all will come by and enjoy our new album, and of course we're going to play some old songs as well. So you're all invited and hope to see you there.
Gracias a todos por ver este nuevo capítulo. Recuerden dejarme sus likes, sus comentarios si les gustó el video y no olviden suscribirse y seguirme en mis redes sociales donde me encuentran como @marietoto_al piso. Un beso y un abrazo y hasta la próxima.